I'm so sorry guys, the audio of the video is screwed up. I'm just prefacing the video with that. I hope it's still watchable. Anyways, try to enjoy the video. Hello everybody, and today I will be talking to you about some of the best weapons in Studlands. First we have the dual star sickles. And then we have the Crescent of illumination. And lastly, the unstable cylindry hammer. I personally believe all three of these weapons are great, but some of them are better at different things, whether if it's boss fighting or if it's grinding. And that brings us to our first weapon, the dual star stickles. Woohoo! They're pretty nice, aren't they? Let's take a look at the M1s. Pretty decent. Now let's go test the ability on the dummy. Shreds it. And here is the M1s too. That's a lot of damage and pretty fast. Oh, and I probably should have showed this earlier, but here's my stats. I wear the samurai armor and the Duke Blender emblem. Now you may ask, how do you obtain this weapon? Well, it's a little bit time consuming, I would say, and rather annoying. To craft a 1-star stickle, you need a master gear upgrade, which you need a gear upgrade, an advanced gear upgrade, then the master gear upgrade, which the corrupted core, those are a little annoying to get. Especially the vortex cube. Then you need pedalith dust, which is obtained by pedaliths. Oh, sorry. Pedaliths. 20% chance. You also need solar essence, which are dropped by solar elemental. Really high drop rate for some. As you can see. They can also be dropped by scorpions, but pretty low drop rate. You also need a small lunar handle, which is crafted with lunar shards and tin ingots. And you also need a bit of stardust. For those who don't know how to get stardust or lunar shards, you get it from the Starfall event, which is an event that has a 25% chance of happening every 30 minutes to 3 hours. Here is some gameplay of the Starfall event. You hear that? That's the sound of a star. When you keep on hearing the crashes, oh, owie, that hurted. Not actually, but you mine them with a high-level pickaxe, and you will get the stars. When a star crashes close to you, it'll shake your screen. And over here, the lunar shards look a bit different, as you can see. If you have a weaker pickaxe, you can't mine the stars or the lunar shards, unfortunately. But then again, it's a tier 6 weapon, the highest level weapons currently in the game. Sometimes the event likes to get you some rather interesting locations for stars. Hopefully, it will not be that bad. It totally won't be. Are you kidding me? Moving on, here is some gameplay of the weapon. Honestly, the attack speed of this is pretty great. Same with the beam. This weapon is really good because it's a really good health shredder. I mean, look at this damage. Ow, I'll take damage too. The downside is, when you're aiming, you have to be up close, as you can see here. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Alright, I draw my weapon. Let's do this. Man, this guy is so weak. Nothing bad could ever happen, right? I mean, this is so easy. Overall, this weapon is pretty good. It's fast speed, high damage. I would rate it a solid 9 out of 10. And its ability, an 8.5, mainly because of its low range. But low range doesn't mean low damage, of course. Awesome, we got done with our first weapon. Now we are on to the second weapon, which is called the Crescent of Illumination. Here we got the Crescent of Illumination. Here's the M1s. Pretty nice with slash and row. Let's go test it on the dummy. Ooh, pretty nice damage. Alright, let's do the M2. Ooh, you do some meteors. That's pretty nice. Like the other weapon, you may ask, how do you obtain it? Well, like the other weapon, it's a tier 6 weapon. It's difficult. The way how to get this, well, let's go to the recipe. First, you need an advanced gear upgrade, which first, you need a gear upgrade, then an advanced gear upgrade, then a master gear upgrade, then an ascended gear upgrade. The next thing you need is a giant platinum chakram, which obsidian is easy to obtain, the final level of the mines, and in the deep dark you can get platinum. You can get air essence from lots of enemies, mainly flying ones. Vortex cubes are obtained by an enemy that rarely spawns in the Falawi Plains, Stony, at a 15% chance, which is, in my opinion, pretty hard to get. Lunar shards are obtained from the Starfall event I've shown earlier. Magnetite is also obtained in the deep dark. Without a further ado, let's go raid the Duke Cylindry dungeon. Really? Whatever. I found another server and the dungeon is ready. Oh, sorry. Domain. Yeah, fight me in the comments about that. I dare you. I mean, I kinda wanted to solo. What, there's 2 of you now? Oh well, let's get this over with. If you can't tell already, this weapon is a heavy weapon, and it also has some pretty decent range, as you can see. The ability is always fun to use against mobs. Please stop it with that whistle. Please stop. Absolute cinema. Okay, let's try this again. Yippee! I didn't die this time. Alright, let's fight this guy. It's time. This shouldn't be that difficult, right? Honestly, hitting a lot of hits with the heavy attack requires some RNG, especially against smaller enemies because of the hitboxes. Anyways, it's time to go into the ratings for the weapon. The Crescent of Illumination is a pretty good weapon. The jump boost is pretty good, but the minus speed boost is not, but makes sense for a heavy weapon. The damage is high. The attack speed is a bit slow, but then again, it's a heavy weapon. I would rate it an overall 8.5. And the ability, an 8. Only because it's hard to hit sometimes because of RNG. We are finally done with those two weapons. Now, what could our final weapon be? The unstable cylindry hammer. Let's get into the showcase for the hammer. Like the original cylindry hammer, it looks like it, but it's orange and it has a red glow around it. Here are the M1s, a lot like the cylindry hammer. Here against the dummy, pretty nice damage, 10.2. How do you get this weapon? Well, I'm going to show you. Let's go to the crafting recipe. You need an ascendant gear upgrade, an unstable cylindry hammer handle, chaos essence, unstable cylindry hammer head. To get the unstable cylindry hammer, you need the cylindry hammer handle and an unstable cylinder. Same with the hammerhead, but the hammerhead and the unstable cylinder. Next you need chaos essence, which is obtained from a lot of enemies, and you need an ascended gear upgrade. I'll show you again. Gear upgrade, advanced gear upgrade, master gear upgrade, and then ascended gear upgrade. Here is some gameplay of the weapon. No chance. Eradicated. The reason why this weapon is so good is because the heavy attack is nearly instant and does high damage. Look, I will show you again. Yoink. Whoa, I haven't fought this enemy in a while. Last remember he was strong. Oh, he must have already been low, I guess. That was kinda close. This weapon has the highest amount of damage per hit, but unlike the other weapons, it has the highest cooldown. For the damage, I would rate it a 9.5, but for the cooldown, I would rate it a 7.5. Overall, this weapon is a solid 8.5 out of 10, and the ability is a 9 out of 10, due to how instant the damage is and how high it is. What will be the conclusion of all of this? If you want high DPS, then you should go for the dual star stickles with its high damage heavy attack and its high DPS in general. If you like heavy DPS with a risky heavy attack, then you will like the Crescent of Illumination with its potentially high DPS with the heavy attack and its overall high DPS. If you want an instant damage bomb, then you should use the unstable cylindry hammer. It has pretty high DPS and a nearly instant heavy attack that does high damage. That about wraps up our video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you later. Newbie out.